back with what should be, I believe we're finishing off a pool play soon enough. We're getting deeper into it for sure, but we're back in this high school Diamond Plus division. We've got Christ the King with another roster here on the day. This is going to be the Spear Goblins this time. Wonder if that's a nice little Clash Royale reference. Love the game personally. Then we've got the Red Hawks over there. Got G2, Godly, and Metavice from the side of the Spear Goblins, and on the Red Hawks, Necromables, Judd, and the Deadweight himself there. Wow. That's a interesting name to call yourself, but I mean, I want to see this guy just perform that, if anything.
Oh yeah, that's a heavy-duty name for sure. And well, we'll see what these two teams have to offer here in the Diamond Plus division. Obviously, the highest division that OFSEA has to offer here at the high school level. And so far, very back and forth, couple shots, but nothing doing yet, as we're just getting over the 1 minute mark. And well, CTK's last team put on one heck of a performance, so we'll see if they can do it again here in the higher division. Back to the high school Diamond Plus division we go, and there's a shot on goal. Good setup and good finish as well. That's going to be Judd closing that one out, and they'll take a 1-0 lead here.
First goal of the game, and of course it's the Spear Goblins to come through. You know, we've seen CTK, we've seen their rosters before. We know that they're one of these schools that has really kind of just dove head first into esports here in terms of these high schools, and you know, their rosters never fail to provide when it comes to just performance and entertainment for us as well. Starting it off with a 1-0. A little bit of a later goal, though. We did have about a minute of back and forth there, so that's something to be said, that, you know, the opportunities aren't just flying out left and right. Ooh. Speaking of which, the Red Hawks having some opportunities of their own, but it's great contention from CTK on the defense. Now cleared back out, Red Hawks zone. Somebody's gonna have to go re-pick up boost in a second here. Wow, right off the corner. That's gonna be Macro Gamer or the Deadweight over there. He's just gonna pick that one up right off the post. Look at that angle.
Yeah, great shot, and lucky enough, got a very good bounce there, and it's gonna be a 2-0 lead now for CTK here as we move forward into this game. And you know, few opportunities for the Red Hawks, like you mentioned, but unable to put them through as of yet. But you see just how fast-paced this game is, especially even the earlier high school games that we watched. This one just has a different pacing to it, and you can tell these are two pretty good teams going up against each other. Would like to see Red Hawks get a little bit more pressure, and as I say that goes off the crossbar. Man, I feel like we've seen a lot of those. Here's another opportunity though, but great clear from Deadweight once again, and that ball is gonna go right back out to midfield.
Set up into the air. It's actually just gonna fly by Judd there, who's trying to catch up towards that ball. Now, kind of sitting in the Spear Goblin zone, you see Godly here might have a good setup. There it goes through mid, but that's going to be Judd with a great little clear out. Then you've got Deadweight continuing to play this defense. The amount of saves he's gotten already is actually just impressive to start, considering, yeah, the Red Hawks, you see, got 4 shots on deck here just on this one player there. That's going to be, believe that's Metavice is going to be the name. Okay, Metavice, I believe I remember from one of those previous OFSEA rounds, actually. I wonder if they had a couple name changes before, but G2 and Metavice, I'm definitely remembering. Godly possibly as well, but these are definitely some teams and rosters that we've seen before. They're continuing to perform here in this Diamond division, but you got to make something happen if you're the Red Hawks here. There's been a lot of time chunked off of this clock, and really the only action that's come through is for the Spear Goblins there. This is just some great defense in terms of these bumps, in terms of all of these shots, but there's the follow-up from Metavice. That's going to be the first one for the okay, that one for the Spear Goblins right there.
Yep, that's great job there, and finally able to put one in. They do cut that lead in half now, and they give themselves enough time to get yet another. So that's exactly what they needed, and it just got a little bit too stagnant towards the middle of that game, but they found a way to put that one through, and now hopefully they can ride that momentum to try to even this game back up. As nice little shot on goal, but that had zero opportunity for the Spear Goblins to try to get their 3rd goal of the game. But here comes an opportunity now for the Red Hawks. Another shot on net, just a bit wide, but the rebound again. My goodness. as G2 with a beautiful second touch there, just right off the back end. Beautiful touch.
Right off his own spoiler right there. Yep. A great little angle. I apologize. I think I called out the wrong team earlier. We got our rosters a little flipped up here, so we're going to figure that out for sure. We could have, you know, some flipped sides here before we realized it, but nonetheless, we're already back to a 2-2 game where the Spear Goblins really seemed like they had a hold on this game, and it just keeps being returned. That's going to be G2 for the second of the game. Okay, so those graphics are backwards. So G2 is going to be, so that's G2, Godly, and Metavice who are going to be on the side of the Spear, or actually of the Redhawks there. And the Spear Goblins is going to be Deadweight, Judd, and Necromancers, it seems.
Yep, and either way, I mean, we have ourselves a 3-2 game as we figure out the graphics and whatnot, but we're right back into it, and only 30 seconds left to go, but one of the closest games. There's an opportunity there, and he puts it in. That's going to be I'm calling it Necro.
Necro, yeah. Necro Mables, Necromables.
Yeah, Necromables, but yes, but Necro.
We'll have to confirm with him after the game, for sure.
But Necro, either way, for the side of the Redhawks, going to tie this game up with only 30 seconds left to go. And will we see our first overtime of the day? That remains to be seen, but 20 seconds left. Another opportunity now for CTK to answer back. They have control of the ball and looking to set up this last period. You see them trailing in. Good rear end back to really set that one up again. Back towards the middle. Nice tap. That ball's going to go back out to midfield. Is going to lean towards the way of the orange net, but it looks like nothing is going to ensue unless we get one more opportunity here. Here's a demo. One more chance. Oh, timer hit 0. Just a couple extra seconds needed for the side of CTK to try to win that game with no time left. And either way, here we go. Overtime kicked off, and it's going to be CTK back in control.
That one touches ground off of the overtimer to start the overtime here. And now we see a lot of pressure up in front of this blue side net here. Set it up, pop it into the air, but you've got Macro and Taz. That's going to be Deadweight and Necro who are really trying to clear it out of this corner. It's that orange side of G2, Godly, and Metavice. They are trying their darndest to get this into the net here. You see Metavice tries to go for a little bit of a shot there. It ends up towards the corner, but consistently keeping their hands on this ball. Okay, here we go. So the Spear Goblins going to be the side of G2, Metavice, and Godly now. They've got a lot of control in this Redhawk side here. That's an air carry right there. He's going to find the angle, but there's two players on the defense right in the crease and ready to make that save.
Yeah, G2 had, sorry, not G2, Judd had two incredible saves, and that could have been another there, but that's going to be Deadweight picking up a save of his own. And it's really been all CTK here in this overtime period, but still haven't been able to finish. Fantastic defense from the side of O'Neill Redhawks. Another chance now for CTK to put that one in, but just over top of the net. Angle just wasn't quite right. Back the other way we go. Redhawks pressure. Ball gets bumped back the other way. Finally cleared out for the time being. But still, CTK trying to set this one back up towards the middle. Shot on net, just wide. As Redhawks barely hanging on here in this overtime. And CTK all over them trying to get this game 1 win.
They try to set it up from that backboard. Not going to be good for the time being, but we're back into the Redhawk zone. There's a demo to shut down all kinds of pressure that the Spear Goblins were trying to get. Now the Redhawks with the control on this ball. That's going to be Necro keeping it in this corner as Deadweight sends it out towards the middle. Back and forth in the corner. This has been a battle of the corners this game. Something we haven't seen too much. A lot of these teams have liked to control the midfield in opposed to both of these teams. A lot of time spent around the net and a lot of time in those corners just digging for that ball.
100%, and we'll see who wins the battle. There, another shot off the post. Rebound, that one finally goes in. And that's going to be Metavice securing the game winner. And that's a game 1 win for CTK. And I got to say, that's well-deserved based on how they played in that overtime alone.
Yeah, Metavice clinching game 1 for the team. I believe he found a goal earlier in that game as well. I think we were actually 1-1-1 on goals there, if I'm not mistaken, for these 3 players. Now, we're going to move into game 2, and CTK, the Spear Goblins, I mean, you've got the momentum started. You have a nice overtime win. You just carry that in to game 2 there. Might be able to find yourself a 2-0 here in the series, but the Redhawks have been neck and neck every single time. The overtime seemed to have a little bit more control from the Spear Goblins, but in terms of regulation time there, the Redhawks were just as aggressive, just as much pressure on this net, but the Spear Goblins keep it going. That's godly to find the first goal.
Yep, a good start for them, and that, I mean, that's a bit of a heartbreaker. You know, you play them tough all throughout game 1 and you lose it overtime. Tough pill to swallow, and looks like we are having a little bit of tech issues with the game, so we'll try to figure that out. But yeah, so far this series, I mean, game 1, very, very close. So I'm excited for the rest of the series for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this probably... I think it's confirmed at this point. I think we can agree this is easily the closest matchup we have seen on stream just like so far in general. And, you know, nothing that I wouldn't expect from this Diamond Plus division, right? This is, like you said, pretty well the highest, you know, tier, the highest competition that we are going to have here in these OFSEA divisions and here at this LAN just in general. These players are showing out, right? They're really working like a team. Yep. And you're seeing that it's, and like I said, as we move into these later stages, as we see tighter matchups, it's moving a lot towards not just how many goals you can find, but how is your defense. We're not just here for crazy aggressive offense and just goals, goals, goals. Yep. Now, these players are playing for the saves. They're playing to shut down those offensive opportunities. Absolutely, and well, we're back into it here in game number 2. We will have a full reset here for game 2, so that lead will be null as CTK look to get that lead back as fast as they can, and they have an opportunity right away. This is going to be set up right back towards the middle. Love that touch, but just knocked away from the Redhawks defense. And going to have another opportunity. CTK just dominant these last 4 minutes or so. As we're going to bump this one back towards the net. Good save there from the side of Redhawks. Still no control whatsoever for O'Neal as they really just try anything to get this ball out of their zone and reset. Yeah, but Spear Goblins not letting them do that. Look at it set up. That's going to be G2 for the first one from the Spear Goblins in this real second game there. He's feeling good on the camera there. But I mean, 1-0, 41 seconds off the clock, and not as fast as that last game, but still just as aggressive to start this off. And the Redhawks still just have yet to answer this aggression in the second game. I think the Spear Goblins have just found their momentum. They've kind of found their groove in terms of the teamwork, and the passing and just rebounds have been crazy. Look at it. It's at half, immediately cleared back into this Redhawk zone, and there's just nothing they can do to try and clear this out. You need almost 2 or 3 players to follow up on that ball, but then you also can't leave your net wide open to a team like the Spear Goblins, and the Redhawks know that. 100%, and you could really see like the Redhawks are really playing on their heels early on in this game, and they need to start getting aggressive. They need to really bring this game back before it gets out of hand, but still only a 1-goal deficit, so it's more doable. They finally get the ball down towards the end that they want, and there's a shot on net, but great save. That's gonna be Godly. Haven't talked about him too much in this series, but a great save keeps the lead for his Spear Goblins. And there's another goal back the other way. You talk about momentum. You make a great save, you bring it down the other end, then you go ahead and score. What a great sequence there for Godly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you say we haven't seen him too much, and then, you know, you're saying his name for 20 seconds straight as he gets a beautiful save. Brings it all the way back. A nice bar down shot too. First bar down we've seen that didn't actually send right out of the net there. It's got to feel good. That is a nice carry over there from Metavice. He's actually going to bring it all the way into that zone. G2 keeps the pressure rolling. Sent out towards the middle. Godly picks up on his own ball. It squeaks right past that defender, but the Redhawks do end up getting their hands on the ball. Yeah, good reinforcement there. Able to stay in this game just for the time being. Finally able to get some pressure back down towards the other end as they're trying to get some sort of setup. Here's an opportunity, but good bump
from G2 to get this down and a chance to put that one in, but second touch goes in. Metavice gets his second of the game, and it's CTK in control yet again with another great sequence, a save followed by a goal. It seemed to happen. It seems to be a common theme here in this series so far.
Yeah, I think it's the way that they make their saves fill up on the boost in their own end, and they just have so much to work with by the time they make it towards that Red Hawks net that it's tough to really make that defense happen when you have 2-3 players that are just almost in perfect tandem with each other. These passes are going great. The carry is coming out beautifully. And the way, I mean, you saw it, right? Rubik set that up off of Godly from mid. He passes it out to the corner, and it's Metavice to absolutely slam that one into the net. Like, how do you deal with such a coordinated offense from the side of the Spear Goblins?
Yeah, right now, Red Hawks have no answer. They are finally starting to get some more offensive pressure, and a chance there. Finally put one in. So that's exactly what they needed right there, and that gives them a chance now in this game. And before it looked like it could have been getting out of hand for the side of CTK, but Red Hawks able to regain, reassess, and well, the last 45 seconds or so has been all Red Hawks, and they finally get one back. So a minute 54 left to go. They need to keep this one going, and yet again, one goal at a time, with being down 1-0 in this series, and already back into their zone and in an opportunity, but just cleared away by the CTK defense. Ball stays in their zone, however, and there goes a demo, so they will lose a man. That'll alleviate the offensive pressure as they will have to backtrack towards their own zone.
Yeah, back in the situation where the Spear Goblins kind of have the pressure, but Judd is the one to try and set up towards mid. Bumped out even higher here. We've got the deadweight. He's actually been very good at contesting in the air itself. Last player, Necro, following up on this ball, but the Spear Goblins, now you're at the point in the game where you can almost just, you see the way they're kind of stalling in this corner. Every second that like goes down on that clock is just another second you are gaining as the team with the lead there. It is so valuable to yourself to bring it down to say 40 seconds, 30 seconds. The longer you can stall out, the less and less time that the Red Hawks really have to make anything happen. Deadweight and Taz, they actually meet up in the air a little bit. Necro's not able to find that shot, and now Spear Goblins might have a clear of their own.
Yeah, here comes an opportunity for them. Big save there, but still ball very much in play. Oh, but great last second save from Necro. Keeps the game alive for now, but they need 30 seconds left to go. Here's a shot on goal. Another fantastic save, but this time on the side of Christ the King. Able to keep that one out and keep it a 2-goal game. And they look to provide some offense back for themselves. Ball cleared out for now on the left side of the blue goal. As Red Hawks scrambling, trying to stay alive. Opportunity again for CTK. That one looks like it's going in, and it finally does. As G2 with another beauty, and that'll pretty much ice the game.
Half 4-1 with 4 seconds remaining. The Spear Goblins have secured the 2-0 here in the best of 3 up against the Red Hawks, and you know, they're looking good for their first game on stream. I'm ready to see more of this squad when we move into bracket play here, but as of right now, I think just pretty well just waiting for that ball to touch ground here, as there's a little bit of a rally going on in the end. I mean, hey, if you can find a goal for yourselves in the end, it always feels good to find that 0-second goal. It touches ground. The Spear Goblins take the victory, representing Christ the King there, and they are gonna move forward or move on in pools at least. They've got to have a decent record under their belt just based on the way I'm seeing, like just based on their play and everything. I'm assuming they've got to be up there in the pools. Yeah,
you're exactly right. I mean, that's a pretty good team, and you know what? I got to give CTK as a whole a lot of credit. The 2 teams that we've seen so far on stream, very, very good teams. Individual talent is definitely right up there based on what we've seen so far today. And, well, CTK is going to try to ride out that momentum into bracket play. And, yeah, I mean, another 2-0, but that was definitely a lot closer than the previous series that we had watched.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, 2-0s still all around the board here. Still waiting for that elusive game 3 from one of these matchups, but maybe we'll see it next time. We're going to head to a quick little break. We'll return with some more action. Believe we should be getting close-ish to the end of pools here, but we'll update you when we return from break.